is Laurie of Laurie's Sewing. I hope everybody is doing well. So what do we do when we don't have access to our sewing machine? Well, if you're me, you kind of, I don't know, you kind of go a little bit crazy. It's like something is missing. I actually called the repair place last night because I was going to go get my sewing machine, fixed or not fixed. But unfortunately, I'm not able to do that because they have sent it off to a place that's too far for me to go pick it up. So I'm just going to have to wait. My other option is to go purchase a secondary backup sewing machine, and I'm really struggling with that. I mean, it feels necessary, but is it really? I'm just trying to decide. At the moment, because I cannot sew, it feels very necessary. So my thinking is, if I am going to make that leap, it needs to be a sewing machine that has features that George does not have. It is quite possible that there are a number of sewing machines out there that have features that George does not have. And then of course there's that full range of new stitches I'm kind of thinking about as an option would be really nice to have. In other words, if I'm sewing this together, then the top stitch could be a decorative stitch that I don't have access to. Things like that. I honestly, at this point, just being able to stitch, something like this would be delightful. I would love to be able to finish the projects that I've started after I stitched, well, let's see, this little sewing machine that I have right now, the JCPenney thrift store sewing machine. I think it was on that side. Yeah, it chewed this several times, and then at like 3 times I had to start over, and I'm not skilled enough to hold the fabric up. There's not a table. I'll show you in a minute. There's not a way to keep the fabric flat while I'm trying to hold it straight. It wants to slip this way and down. So I'm trying to hold my fabric straight to keep it from slipping off of the 1/4 of an inch. And it just, you can see on here how, I mean, that looks horrid. I did want to go over this pattern in case you have it and you would like to stitch it. And then I have the little cat fabric that I just love. That I plan to do something with this for the Oregon kitties, Abby and Tori. I'm looking at a little bit more masculine looking fabric for a poo, because I'm planning to make a poo one of these beds, this one, the size right here that this kitty is enjoying, right there. And I don't want to make it out of this fabric. I think it'd be kind of funny to have a poo who is so clearly masculine sleeping on Smitten Kitten, I think is the title of this fabric. I had an idea about how to finish off the edges of this mat that I started. Okay guys, I got back from Quality Sewing in Everett with brand new, and I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So everything except the sewing machine has been out of the box, and I'll just do it all over so you can see it for the first time too. So this is the first thing I took out. it was this little bag of tools and equipment. It comes with a twin needle, a pack of sewing needles, and then almost everything that I'm used to seeing in a sewing machine little toolkit. I don't know, that was like, I'll have to explore what that is. I don't know what that is. And a seam ripper. Okay. The second thing I took out of the box was this, and this is optional. All of these stitches are also on the sewing machine itself. This goes on the handle, and it's just a guide, a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see, I think. If you want it, you don't have to have it up there. This was the third thing I took out, and it is the sewing machine manual, which we all know we need. This was the fourth thing I took out, and I think this is the actual power cord from the machine to the wall outlet. And then the gas pedal right here, and it has that type of prong for the sewing machine. Easier to not get it confused with the power cord. Okay, so the thing is it's a little on the heavy side, but not too bad. I'm going to try to take it out of the box. I don't know if I can. I will try, and if I can't, yeah, I'll have to set it on the floor. We'll see what happens. Well, that was a struggle, but you know how it is when you're trying to take something styrofoam out of a cardboard box. For some reason, that's just like the most difficult thing on the planet. Okay, the other thing I found in there, it looks like this might be a little cloth cover for when you're not using it. Kind of nice. Right, and you ready? Ta-da! Ow. How fun. Okay. There it is. All right. Another piece of styrofoam. It looks like a lot of these items have been taped as well. Let's just... Now I have ordered a table extension. It's an acrylic table extension that is made to fit. It's like a custom fit for this. It's going to take about 3 weeks for it to arrive, and it will give me quite a bit of extra room over here on this side of the sewing machine. Okay, this little bag right here fits inside this little box. This is a buttonhole foot right here that actually will size to your buttons. This is the other foot that comes with it. I think this is just your regular everyday. There's just all kinds of stuff. I did buy extra bobbins. The bobbins that I purchased are over in my bag, along with a brand new pair of Kai scissors. And I also want to make sure that everything is this pops off, and that's where the bobbin is. So there's a bobbin in there. So that means that let's see, what did I buy? The box of bobbins, and these are baby lock, but evidently that is the one that goes to this sewing machine. Alright, here's the Kai scissors. These are $25 or $24.99, and they are the 9-inch bent handle shears. Okay, so let me see. This is the gas pedal. I think what I'm going to do is put all this stuff back in the bag. So this is our power cord. I'm going to save everything because I don't want to run into the channel. Now, if if you turn this, if you get a sewing machine like this, just turn this part of this thing, and it will undo, and you don't have to throw it away. So if you have to go somewhere, you can save this to wind up your cord, which keeps it tidy. This I'm not going to save. I think it's chokeable and it's not necessary. And chokeable means somebody could choke on it. Okay, so where? Alright, this looks like that. And it goes right here. Outlet right here that I can use. Okay, put this over there. This is the petal, and this just goes right here in the front. I think you can see that right here. Really not in the front, just off the right side. And there is the foot pedal, which evidently you don't have to sew with the sewing machine. That was one of the things that was discussed with me. Apparently this button right here with the arrow, the up arrow, sews. So if you push that button, you're doing the same thing as sewing with your foot pedal. Let's turn it on. Ooh, wow. There's a screen. I'll pull you in where you can see it. You have to turn it, that's right. This is the same thing that I was talking about, this being. What you have here is also available up there. And then to change it on here to make the sewing machine do, say, stitch 51, you just turn this little dial all the way up to stitch 51, which I can see you're looking at shadows and glare. Let me move you in. There. So it shows you the stitch. It gives you a foot suggestion, which I don't completely understand yet. That N may be the number. I don't know for sure. It tells you where to place the needle. So it looks like it's a center placed needle. And then these are your stitch width and length. Yeah. Okay. And I don't really know what any of these mean yet because I haven't read the owner's manual, but I will. This is your, right here, this is the speed. So you can be slow, medium, or super fast. And then the how to thread your machine for the bobbin winding and how to thread the machine for stitching is weird. Is numbered on the top of the sewing machine. Alright, so according to the manual, you remove this before you put this on. It appears that this goes this way with the thread coming up from underneath. And you put that on, and then you put this back on like so. Right here is this little tab thing. You just push or pull back and it pops this up, this little opaque cover. Whoa, right here. Yes. Okay. And then you pop out this bobbin. All right, I appear to have figured it out. I'm going to speed it up. Okay, I don't really know how, but I did manage to get the needle threader to work. So basically it's thread the sewing machine up to 0.6, which is where it hooks here. Then drop this down. Make sure that your needle is as far up as it will go before you do that part. And then on the side of the sewing machine there's a lever over here. I'm gonna get there eventually, hang on. Okay, right here, you push this down and then you lift the presser foot and then you raise this and then your needle is threaded. But I will show that whole process to you the next time I need to thread the needle. But at this point I would like to do a little bit of sewing. I think I'm going to have to remove the mat that I have down. George is really heavy and this sewing machine is not really heavy, so I'm going to need to move this off to a different area. Okay, now apparently every time you stop, this sewing machine stops in the needle down position. So I'm going to see if that's a true statement or not. I want to put it in stitch 1. Okay, it goes backwards and then forwards. I don't know how she was getting it to do that, because how does it know when you're stopping? I don't know. I'm sure there are things that I will... Oh, it's that button right there. Okay. And I think that's the raise needle button. Okay. And then cut the thread, which I'm still not 100% sure how to do. Alright, so there's the first little bit of stitching. Now I want to try a zigzag. That's next. So we're going to go to stitch 7. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's, no, that's if you're sewing with that button. Is it this? I don't know. Okay. Alright. So there's the first zigzag, and now we're going to try a fancy stitch. I'm going to go, I have to make sure that my needle will, well, we'll just check and see. Because I don't know what this number on this one is, but let's try stitch number 20. I like the look of that. Alright, I think we're okay. I'm just going to check. Okay. Oh, how cute. Oh, look at that fun little scribbly stitch. And that is exactly what it looks like on the this. So stitch number 20 is right here. And it looks just like that. That is so cute. Okay, let's try, how about stitch 57? 6, 7, 8, 9. 57, nothing, oh, N. I don't know what foot number N is. We need to see if we can figure it out. This is G. This is N. Okay, so I'll switch out the foot, and that is, you just raise this little lever on the side and your foot J comes off, and then you slide this under, and I think you're supposed to drop the, yeah, okay. Alright, 57, I want to see what that looks like. So we can be the judge together. I'll show you what stitch 57 looks like on here. It's this, like an eyelash almost. It's beautiful. Look how fun that is. It has such detail. So I can see a lot of uses for something like this in heirloom sewing. Basically all of these would have an application in heirloom sewing. I think, oh, there's number 61. We have to do number 61. Okay, 61 is foot N, which I think was the same foot as the one that I just put on. I'll just look and see if there's an N in here. But based on the way it looks, okay, that's I, and this is R. Okay. Alright, so we're going to try this real quick. It did. Little hearts. So I want to do one more, which is a buttonhole, to show you how those work before I hop off here and edit this video. So in here we have that buttonhole foot, which is really funny looking, but kind of cool at the same time. So back here there's a little lever that you just push and the feet will fall, like so. This one, this is where it connects to the machine. Here it is, it's on, and we're going to choose, oh yeah, I got the right button. Alright, we're going to choose number 44. So we're going to choose this button right here, this little yellow button. I'm going to put it in the back here, and let it sit in the machine, or the foot, like so. And now it should make a buttonhole that will fit that button. Are we ready? Here we go. Oh, it doesn't like what I'm doing. Okay. Number 44. There we go. Right here. Okay. That is really something right there. Okay, so now I'm going to take this little button out, and there it is. There's the buttonhole right there. I'm going to cut the buttonhole open. Like so. And we're going to see if this button will fit through this buttonhole that I have now cut open. Look at that, it's a perfect fit. How lovely is that? Okay, there's a little pull down lever that has A2, I believe, written on it, and that's the number of this foot. It's either A or A2, and it has to bump into this to help measure this guy right here. That lever comes down and kind of sits behind it like this. I'm trying to decide if I want this or if I don't want this. I'm kind of thinking it's a nice thing to have, like this. Alright, well, that changed the whole course of the video. There will be a full stop to the beginning part, but this is what we have so far. I think we're going to have a lot of fun exploring things that we can make. I will tell you, I am not affiliated with or sponsored by Quality Sewing in Everett or any of the other quality sewing and vacuum centers located in this area, or any other area for that matter. I am not affiliated with nor am I sponsored by Brother Sewing Machines or any other sewing machines. But I wanted to let you know that I am happy because this was on sale Today is May the 3rd of 2021, and at the Everett Quality Sewing and Vacuum, this was on sale for $4.99. And everything that I got in the box was included. The two things that I bought externally and separate from that I brought home with me today were extra bobbins and Kai scissors. These two items were not included in that $4.99 price. Additionally, I paid for but have not received yet the extension table that is cut to fit this machine, and that will be arriving in about 3 weeks. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. I'd love to have you, especially now that we have the brother sewing machine that I'll be thinking up a name for. If you have a suggestion for a name, remember I've got my Bernina is George. Drop it in the comment section below this video. I will take those into consideration. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.